I always feel like with the puck, it's such a standard pick, it's such a priority pick, that basically you need to make sure you snowball off the lanes very hard. You need to have high impact. But even still, you need to make sure you get to level 25. Otherwise, things are just extremely hard for you to scale. Especially when you get that 420 GPM talent level 25. You know, puck can be the richest hero in the game, faster than an alchemist, promise you that. The Fnatic going back into the Medusa pick. This should be the Abed Dusa. I want to know what they pick for Envy. Do they pick him the Drow? I mean, Abed Drow. That should be... Yeah, if Envy picks a Drow, I think it's pretty much all in on the Envy pick. I mean, on the Medusa Abed pick. But otherwise, what other heroes could there be? Not Sven. Lifestealer, that's a very classic hero, but into Razor, that's just horrible. The reason why I suggested Drow is also pretty good here, because Fire Dragoon don't have good heroes to jump the back lines, and they also don't have like something like a PA, for example, or yeah, basically one of the Phantom heroes. The Lancer or the Assassin, take your pick. Either one of these heroes would be pretty decent here. I mean, Medusa has been pretty much such a hot pick, right? Dusa is the new sniper in that sense. I'm not sure what you describe it, but he's the new hot pick of this meta for sure. Every team seems to be picking him or banning him out. Together with the Omni Knight as well. So I'm actually surprised actually that this game I have not seen an Omni Knight ban or pick, considering Fnatic actually were playing a ton of Omni Knight in their most recent qualifiers, and of course the one which they qualified for the summit.
Ten seconds remaining.
Okay, so tap Queen of Pain ban. They're expecting of this hero to go to Envy and probably an Abed hero, someone who has high impact. I mean, let's face it, this guy, there's a reason why you banned Queen of Pain, right? Not often do you see Queen of Pain go in, take the Aegis, take the cheese, take the shard, take everything. Basically steal your homes. Yeah. I think that those kind of plays just wrecked you mentally. But Fnatic, well, let's see. One of the possibilities that they actually put the Dusa into the safe lane for Envy. Wouldn't be that bad if you think about it. I mean, it's a hero which can soak up a ton of spells. Not exactly the best hero to Doom as well. I'm quite surprised that Fire Dragoon are not considering the anti-mage pick. Oh wait, hold on. I take that back. Sorry. Yeah, Fnatic could think about banning out anti-mage. Anti-mage, then Razor mid. Puck off lane would be pretty decent.
Fnatic's turn to pick.
We're taking out the Brewmaster as well. This will be interesting because Ajit used to play for Fnatic. You know, if you think about it, it's almost like the Fnatic Academy versus Fnatic. You know, if you think about it from a very weird perspective.
10 seconds remaining.
But taking out the Brewmaster instead looks like Fnatic are just trying to ban an offlane. I mean, if you think about it, that's also possible. By going back to the Bristleback pick, so you do have another frontliner. This will be the Envy hero. I mean, I think it should be the Envy hero. Just someone who can soak up ton of spells, still do decent amount of damage, and this way you pretty much allow lots of space for the, this Medusa. All in on the Abed train, right?
5 seconds
I mean, if it's a winning strategy, just milk it for what it's worth. Alright, Dragoon. It's just going to be a puck off lane. It's going to be a puck mid. Let's see. I mean, one thing I do worry for Fnatic is that they don't have, a ranged stun. They have reliable lockdown, right? You have the roar, you have the snowball, you have the stun, the ignite from the Ogre Magi. But there we go. Fire Dragoon into the anti-mage pick. Poof, no surprise there. It will be the Razor mid with the puck off lane. Caster called it. What can I say? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so if you're rooting for Fnatic, you guys know the drill. It's going to be the Vohayo spam. If you're thinking Fire Dragoon has a chance, let's go with, okay, what should we go? Let's go try hard, yeah? Try hard for Fire Dragoon. I mean, let's face it, they need to try really hard here. I like Anti-Mage, but I feel like he's not as OP as he was before if you think about it, right? Like, at least when you see Anti-Mage in the past, you're thinking, damn, that's, especially if you don't have heroes to really catch him, like a Bloodseeker, for example, or Doom, you're just like, okay, we're screwed. But in this case, I'm loving like the very fact that we are seeing lots of different ways to approach the game right now, different ways to approach the meta. It's also a good bit of a change. At least it's a good change to see Brian on the support role. When back then he used to play a ton of mid. He's a very famous Invoker player. But alright, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. Game 1. We will have Fire Dragoon versus
Prepare
Fnatic.
for battle.
Of course, this tournament is organized by Fallout Gaming and all the wonderful sponsors, hoping to make another wonderful SEA tournament happen. This should be pretty hype, right, guys? I mean, Fnatic versus Fire Dragoon, you have basically young talent versus almost entirely young talent. Or just one. And the rest are like basically old school in that sense. But okay, I'm just going to introduce the teams. You know, DJ playing on the Tuskar. For Fnatic, Ohio on the Beastmaster. Arbet on the Medusa. Pylai Dai playing on the Ogre Magi. With Eternal Envy playing on the Bristleback. Radiant side, Kang playing on the Puck. Bra, Mr. Brian. Lasembra playing on the Doom. Alacrity playing on the Anti-Mage. Yang on the Shadow Shaman. And Ajit playing on the Razor. This is good. So Alacrity is actually a 9k MMR player. So this could be pretty hyped. I'm excited for this game for sure, because I want to see how well Alacrity does. I've never actually get to see him play that much. But don't forget, this is a team where you had Def 8.2k and you had Adam, I think above 6.5, playing on this roster. But now that they left, Fire Dragoon, you know, they look a bit refreshing. Alright, so looks like chat has voted. All the Ohio, man, you guys are Fnatic fanboys in the chat. I like the Tuskar block, basically a more cost-efficient mana fisher, you know what I mean? Tuskar is such a good pick right now. Snowball is such defensive purposes. Sigil is great against melee cores. You've got Warrior's Punch, of course Warrior's Kick. If you have the Bloodseeker, just for the memes. But they will actually put the Anti-Mage in the mid, not the safe lane. Yeah, Mystic Stakes do so much damage. I'm very split on the split shot, because the outgoing damage to actual targets, you know,
thou art denied.
It's not fun to me that you can't toggle it anymore. But yeah, Ajit going up solo here against Ohio, and DJ gonna get caught by the shots. Ball slowing him slow. He's gonna be hunted down, but he does have the boots, so he'll survive. He'll survive. Top lane, you want to put pressure on Envy. You have Kang and Brian. But being a Bristleback, he should be fine. Keeps a casual mango. Pai and Yang just having the battle of the Ogre versus Shadow Shaman. I mean, do you remember when Shadow Shaman's base damage was first buffed 2-3 patches back? All the support players were like, "Oh yes, Senpai, now I get to harass you with no consequences, right?" It's like the link to DJ. Just casual 15 damage. But otherwise, CS-wise, it's still pretty tight. 6-1, 6-1. No advantage top lane. You know, Eternal Envy running circles around Brian and Kang, but not in a good way. He's actually being forced out the lane. There's just so much pressure. And this goes back once again, even if the Fnatic roster which had Excalibur, and that's where you realize that, you know, Envy likes these solo laners now, which allows the supports to prioritize Ohio and Arbet more. But okay, ton of damage actually from Envy. He might even get the kill here if he can find one more. No, so wasting all that mana bottom lane. Ohio getting the first blood into Ajit. Oh, it's close call. Alright, so first blood already going to Ohio means that this bottom lane, it's a nice win. I wonder at this point, do you consider putting the Doom back in the bottom lane?
Regeneration.
Right, okay. So I'm not sure if you guys know about the Beastmaster thing, but like Call of the Wild's cooldown is longer than before. Just quick heads up. So that's why now when you lose your summons, it really hurts you a lot. Compared to before where you could just like summon 2 boards at the same time, right? But Brian taking lots of spikes. Picks up a stick at last. You know, Envy's just spamming these spikes out. But not much happening in this game. I mean, if judging from the heroes, just from the nature of the heroes alone, it's very hard to get these kills here. Alacrity actually will be forced to back out. The snake's almost bringing him low. Will he actually tick down? Ooh, he actually ends up going down to Pile Die. The bottom lane, they did trap DJ, but you know, he's a tanky Warriors. You don't have to worry about dying there. And Fire Dragoon are actually losing out in the laning phase. 2 kills down. CS wise, this Medusa is getting further and further ahead. Anti-Mage is 8-1. Game is hard. Okay. I also noticed that a couple of players like Miracle, and he's also playing the Razor a bit more. Everyone's playing Razor a bit more. Perhaps with the new unstable card. I do miss the Plasma Fuel build. I remember like maybe 2 years back, you know, Filipino players, instead of Puck, you see a ton of Razor being played by them. It was such a hot pick for good reason. And they're chasing down Brian. Okay. Can he get the kill here? I don't think he wants to dive the tower for this. He almost could, in fact. Kong just playing around with Envy, using the orb to zone him out, but he's a very tanky Wrestleback at this point. And actually winning this 2v1 lane. Alacrity will get a couple hits in onto our bed. So 9k versus 10k. Oh, Alacrity, you don't want to be there. Yeah, this is a very scary lane. Picks up a belt of Ogre Strength just so he gets some extra stats.
My gratitude.
You do miss the PMS, you know, when you're playing in that way. But Ajit, well, chasing after DJ, they don't have good disables. Ohio's having a great time, level 4.5 now. 12-4 in the CS. A bit behind the Razor, but you know, considering you're in the off lane, you're happy. Bottom lane, looks like they're trying out. Okay, static link. Shad's trying to block, but DJ going for the snowball play. With the quick stun, plasma field damage from Ajit will be enough. The Shackle catches in Ohio, and he will end up going down to Ajit. This will double kill for the Razor. And Fire Dragoon will actually have a bit more momentum catching up in the laning phase, 2 for 2. Very nicely done. So that progress pretty much gone, at least for now. Things are, I wouldn't say completely gone, just evened out. Kong going for that Venom, 30 and 13. He's had a great lane. You know, this is a dream lane for a Puck. You want to make sure that Puck has a good start. Quick Veil, plenty of synergy which they have, and I feel like there's a huge power spike which they can hit. Looks like they want to contest. They're in DJ. You don't want to be that snowball play. Where's he gonna go? They take the bounty even. The shots. Oh, very nice. Wow. The preemptive shots in the snowball to block him off so they can't chase him with 3 heroes. These are those tiny, I wouldn't say 200 IQ plays, but definitely over 170 IQ plays going on. Just to make sure you don't feed. Alacrity will be forced to jungle. He's having a dream about an Iron Talon right now. I promise you that. More strike link. Okay, chasing after them. They really want to get these kills. So Ohio and DJ, they have to play much safer in this lane. Meanwhile, middle lane, Alacrity. No, Bane's not even in this game, but this guy is a nightmare, that's for sure. So Bra and Yang, they're just going to probably smoke, trying to help that anti-mage out. They need to help the anti-mage out.
Radiant's middle tower
I almost
is
feel like
under
if you had left Alacrity into the safe lane and put the Razor mid, things would have been just a bit better. But I like this. Shackle. They caught the Ogre Magi. Mystic Slings will fly out. Paladai will go trade a couple of hits here, but Paladai throwing whatever damage he can out. He's going to end up going down to Ether Shock from Yang. Bottom lane, you know, just somewhat more pressure into Ajit. Going for the level 3 static link. Oh man, Abed's bullying Alacrity at this point, you know. This is Legend 3, bullying Divine 5. Badge is also just a picture. But so far, 3 and 2. Fire Dragoon are actually getting a tiny heads up now. Tiny advantage of the kill score. Not much to be said. You just want to wait for Ohio to get that level 6. And then things might get a bit different, you know. Wait for the cold on the boards as well. He's choosing to go into casual play, you know. Chainmail. So maybe I think it should be a medallion. Yeah, medallion to Solar Crest. That's gonna give him more kill potential in the lane. Yeah, Kong, you know, he has that level 6 now. He's actually level 7.5, almost level 8. This guy is high in the levels. Haven't talked about Envy yet for a while. Going to that Soul Ring. 48-1. Second in the CS chart. He's a hard kill. But, you know, we've sold a little HP. Perhaps they could think about it here. But they need to bring in the Shadow Shaman as well. They know that he has no mana, popping the coil. If he procs it, he might actually end up dying here. Young is coming as well. Ether Shock to throw it out, and damn, he breaks the coil so Kong gets it.
Presumably a pity.
And 4-2. So far, Dragoon, they're making the right moves. Finally killing off Envy. And at this point, we have the jungling anti-mage, the new Southeast Asia calibration meta. But of course, on a serious note, that's where he is having a hard time. He will actually get better farm, safer farm in the jungle compared to if he lanes against this Ogre, Magi, and Medusa, where they're just putting a ton of pressure onto him. Tier 1 tower going the way of Abed. 61-14. Top of the net worth. You know, Doom picking up the win lanes. Should be trying to build his way into drums. We will probably try to pressure this bottom tier 1. Of course, you want a Shadow Shaman to get that level 6. He's really close. And also, Mr. Abed is farming up. We're going to have the Mask of Madness up right about now. So hello to all of you. Thank you for starting to tune in. Share the chat. Share the channel. You don't want to miss the Galaxy battles. Today is going to be an awesome day for the Southeast Asian qualifiers. And of course, there's only one way to find out if you're potentially going to get the Mineski versus Fnatic rematch. I won't be casting that, but Luminous Inverse will. And you don't want to miss the Undermain Beyond the Summit channel.
Regeneration.
Alright, so Alacrity is still not at level 6. You can see Pylida is actually out-leveled him. Gets one multicast out. Ooh, that damage. Alacrity, he's okay to trade hits, but the Ogre's tanky, you know, he doesn't really care. So even if he did have Mana Void, he would not get close to killing this Ogre Magi at all. But Abed coming in. One ding ding ding, he's dead. Top lane, they will try to pressure Eternal Envy using the coil. Yang is dead, popping the Serpent Wards. They want this missile back kill. Facing his back to them. Going for the snowball save, and down goes Yang. Salving up, and that'll be the Serpent Wards wasted. See, once again, the power of the Tuskar. DJ. He's making these plays. You can always count on him. Fnatic, Indo Pride, Kappa. So Razor as well. Usually you expect him to do okay. I expected him to be doing a bit better. Together with the Shadow Shaman as well. But they will put a ton of heroes here in the bottom lane. They want to pressure the tier 1 tower to take away more map control. Hopefully get Envy a bit more free space. Build into some tanky utility items. And Abed actually takes the tower quite fast. Alpha Wolf is there as well.
Structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I do worry at this point that the Fire Dragoon anti-mage will not be able to catch up. He does pick up his threads. Treads. Turning around to DJ Plasma Field comes out, burning all that mana whatever he can, stealing some damage with the static link. But if Abed coming in, you know, they don't want to look at that ugly chick. And Ohio already completed this nice medallion. He has a Shadow Blade on the way. With a nice ward, so that's gonna scout out the puck coming in. Nighttime vision, so maybe that'll be a bit hindered, but they know that there's at least one here in this bottom lane, especially if they're all being thrown out as well. Man, Hellbear Smasher with Ohio is actually pretty strong with the Smoke Break to put the ward down. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Ohio. Yeah, that was not what you were looking for when you placed that ward down. Alright, so, you know, smoke broken. At least Ohio tanks the smoke and a bit more space created for Fire Dragoon. But as all that is happening, you know, I'll bet he's very close to a Dragon Lance. An Anti-Mage, well, yeah, you know, that's all I can say. Like right now, if you're Fire Dragoon, you're thinking very hard. How are you going to create space for the anti-mage to farm? He's going to take a while, and even when he gets the Battle Fury, he needs a bit more time, if you know what I mean. But okay, throwing out the axes, Brian tanks both of them. The extra amp. They could turn for this if they want to, but Brian has to do. They're grouping up. They have the
Dire's
Serpent
middle
Wards off
tower
cooldown
is
again.
under
They could
attack.
look to try and make a kill happen here. Ether Shock just to clear out the Hawk. But if you're Fnatic, you know you can kind of take a time chill first. You just want to get the first core items up before you do anything. Now, this is the... No, if you look at Brian, this isn't Kobe Bryant. This is the La Sembra. He's the one who owns the first lingerie shop in Dota history. Envy, static lanes. Steal all their deeps. You know Ajit wants some of Envy. He wants to kill Envy. Technically, this is the guy who replaced it, if you think about it. Crown coming in at the coil. Blink Dagger already being shown. Brian is there to Doom as well. There's 2 ultimates being thrown out. They have to shut. Okay, Shackle. Can they save Envy? Yep, Snowball save. Oh, right. He actually might survive this. Never mind, he's dead for sure. And okay, he's gonna go down. But the regen, okay, never mind. Pie. Caught between 3 heroes. What do? DJ can't save him. There's no Snowball. But Abed in the middle of all of this. I'm just gonna steal all that damage. Sucky. Abed, yeah, you hurt like a kid in it at this point. But now the rest of Fnatic, you know, the enforcements are here. They know Ajit's there. With the shot blocker will be there as well. No, Ohio going for the roar. Ajit probably will die here. Abed still doing 3 damage away. Mana Void comes down. Not much damage. But Abed going for a bit more. He's bringing, you know, Brian a bit low. But it will be a 2-for-2 trade.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I don't know. I felt that fight was a bit anticlimactic. I thought it would have been led to more deaths, but okay, when you commit so many ultimates onto this annoying Bristleback, and now when he completes that Hooded Defiance, you know for sure that by the next time Fire Dragoon, they're gonna have even bigger troubles, taking even longer to kill this Bristleback. And Fnatic just have very tanky heroes. He's okay to stand in the front lines. Alright, top lane, more sucky into Eternal Envy, breaks the coil, gets the stomp as well, Plasma Field flies out, Eternal Envy, minus 224, but they just can't kill this guy, and then you brought 3 heroes. Yeah, that says something, you know. That's just basically, the warning bells are ringing, and not in a good way. If you're Fire Dragoon, that's like your phone going on snooze mode for the next half an hour or more. Ohio wants to Shadow Blade first, and then you can start to try for these pickoffs on Alacrity perhaps. But okay, let's look at the Fire Dragoon side. What do they need to do, right? From their perspective, this is what they see. Not exactly good around the middle and the bottom lane, so placing a bit more emphasis on the top lane perhaps. But Fnatic side, they have very good deep wards. Considering with their roster, I mean with their draft, they can actually smoke up very easily. Oh, DJ stealing the Invis rune, just casually walks up. He's like, alright, free rune. But yep, they have this ward which was placed earlier by Ohio. You know, when you die but you get good wards, it's kind of worth it. And then if they don't know. And then Vina will now build his way into a Radiance. That's going to make things... I can't even say... What's a word to replace harder? You know, there's no other word besides it. Next to difficult. But they will have an amazing uphill task in trying to kill that Bristleback later on once he actually builds into that Radiance. The Vanguard and with the Defiance. If there ever was a hero which Ice Frog I felt like he took too many joints, it would be Bristleback. I'm like, let's just make this hero really tanky so that he just turns around and he has reduced about 50%, 40% damage. Alright. Throwing out the snot, he's digging his nose as much as he can. He desperately wants to throw more of those out, but Ajit's just running away with those phase boots and drums. The early fighting game items at this point. But Ohio will try to pressure out the bottom lane. They want to try and pressure the Alacrity. If they brought one more hero, I think they actually could kill him off. It's only a level 2 spell shield.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But 7-5 Fnatic, despite being 2 kills behind in the kill score, they're currently with a 4,000 gold advantage, just to show you guys. And this will be a bit trickier. Now Ohio's actually going in for the roar. Ooh, he wanted Alacrity. He doesn't actually have to worry. Oh, Alacrity wants to go for the kill here. They have the Kong. Ooh, Kangaroo with the 2-man coil. Going for the TP out of Ohio. He's actually going to get out, I think, here. Or his punch. DJ, he will be the sole casualty, but, you know, support lives never mattered in the first place. Badge or MMR, it doesn't matter. He's going to try and block himself off of the shots, but Ajit will claim himself that kill. 4 heroes. And they only got 1, but better than nothing. Abed coming to say hi to Alacrity. You know, usually if you're an anti-mage and you have decent level of farm, you see the Medusa, you're like, oh yes! But oh! The snakes! Will it be enough? Yes! The Ignite! I did not expect that. But looks like they will pressure the top tier 1, take an easy tower. Bristleback going for Shiva's God. Alright, you got the shotgun to Ogre Magi. What next? They're bringing Kang as well. The stun will be thrown on the Shadow Shaman, Mystic 6 to chase them back. 4 heroes from Fire Dragoon. They have a good ward there on this cliff, so they know. They can think to turn and fight. Abed has the Stone Gaze. Hurricane Pike already completed, and he's gonna make his way into Eye of Skadai. Skadi. Skadoosh. Ohio pressuring at the bottom tier 2. Nice and easy again once more with the Alpha Wolf and the dog. I never thought of this as a pig, to be honest. It just looks like a dog to me, no matter how I look at it. Or one of those lions from Lion King. Pretty much the same. Or hyena at this. Top lane, do they know that Kang is in the trees? I think he should, but Pylai can't stop him by himself. He's too fat. He can't fit in between the trees. But Kang, oh, the coil! He saw Ohio there! Alright, Ohio should be dead. The snowball save, bring him all the way to the easy camp. Ohio's gonna survive this! Kang, they can't kill Ohio. DJ with the plays. And Brian will eat the creep. Alacrity comes in. He has a mana void, but he won't go for the Stone Gaze. Will be problem because they want to try and fight their shots. Almost blocking of Brian. DJ God. Top lane, Paladai just gonna TP out from Ajit. Won't even go for the static link. Won't even try. My God, DJ.
The whole bunch of bunches.
But of course, Alacrity, ever since he completed that Battle Fury, you know, he's gonna have a much better time in farming up so that he can scale better. Trying to outplay this Medusa, of course. You know, if he gets to the late game, this is where things get a bit tricky. You wanna know? You pretty much wanna just like figure out who has the better late game. It could really go either ways at this point. It's all about who's able to manipulate the lanes a bit better. Sell out. But Ohio now going to the Necro Books. Yang's coming in. Oh, he has a blink. I didn't know he had that. Shackle. Hex. And then we get some venison steak, courtesy of Ohio. Oh wait, no, venison is deer. Oh shit. Okay, it's lamb. Mutton? Oh god, I failed biology. I guess this is why I'm Herald. NB playing out with Alacrity. He's very close as well to the Shiva's God. He's gonna dive under the tower. This Pilot dies there as well. They just need the stun. Do they have enough damage? There's the question. Alacrity would take quite low. They bring in the double TPs. Brian, he could use the Doom onto one of the supports, trying for the kill into Pilot. He had the Hellbear nuke, and Pilot will end up going down.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Chasing after Envy. Yeah, you don't want to use the Doom on this guy. You know, trying to use a Doom on a Bristleback is like telling a smoker smoking's unhealthy. But impressively, you know, Yang, he's actually quite fat compared to the Doom. I expected the pause for a Doom to have a slight just a bit more impact.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Venison's a moose? I think it's just with deer meat, right? But Ajit will build his way into a Sanj and Yasha. Considering how things are, Fire Dragoon still are getting pretty decent items top lane. They will try to, they will commit the Doom onto the Envy. Roar comes out as well. And they actually will get the return kill to Kang first. Gonna try and trade here, but looks like, yeah, you made a mistake. You don't want to doom that Bristleback. And brah, he will get hunted down as Envy finds himself the double kill. What now, chat? And Pylai dies, he's gonna be hunted down. Shackled up, Mana Void. Alacrity will find at least one. He can't even get the Pylai die kill. But Albet's there with the Eye of Skadi. Eye of Skadai. Yang will end up going down. 3 heroes dead. Fnatic. 7,000 gold advantage. And they will push to take this tier 2 tower nice and easy.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Alright, so Butterfly on the way up for Abed. Man, this is fun. Now they can do Roshan next. Ohio just gonna use up the shrine, I would assume. Pretty much has his necro book, so he actually chooses to go for the blink dagger first. Extra initiation. You need that against the anti-mage, so that's always pretty good. Dive for staff on the way. Abed, I mean, I talked about him going to butterfly. Anti-mage 2 trying to build his way into a Manta style. Razor, well, I'm not sure what he wants to do, but you definitely don't want to walk into Abed. You see an ugly chick, you run the other way. Simple as that. The laws of man. And they will go straight into the Roche pit. But the Hawk, they have such good vision around this pit. There's no way that Fire Dragoon can find an angle. They did use the ult to try and scout things out. Perhaps considered going for a steal. Yang? Oh, Ohio's there. Roar. Medallion. Yeah, chop him down. That's right.
The worms will have you.
Fire Dragoon don't have the best team fight at high ground. I would say they have the Doom, but once again, I feel like they've just been outdrafted by the Bristleback pick. But with the Aegis and all, they should be able to try and push high ground. They have an Alpha Wolf, extra damage into the tower. Now they can tank up a bit. Yeah, he's just gonna attack the tower just for a tiny bit.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Should be easy. But anyways, Ajit is gonna clear out the creep wave. They'll take things and back up a bit. Alacrity, at least he did get the tier 1 tower top, you know, so that's good. And Envy alone in this top lane. He has been scouted out by Ajit, but I'm pretty sure they know that they can't take him. But at this point in the game, because Envy is quite fat, you know, when you have an Aegis, Shiva's God, Vanguard, Hood, yeah, he's gonna hunt Brian down and turn into a golden sheep. That's cute. You know, if you guys ever want more girls in Dota 2, I think you need Ice Frog to design something, like one of these items, where instead of hexing him into a sheep, you hex him into a hamster or a rabbit. That's the plays right there, bro. That's for Valentine's Day next year. Coming to you in 2018. Spoiler alert. Just saying. But okay, now with all these heroes, they have the Aegis carrier in the middle lane as well. They should be able to take the tier 3 tower. Abed, the Mask of Madness, he takes this nice and easy. The tier 3 tower dead. Melee Brag's also about to fall here. Fire Dragoon, how do you defend this? They will go for the initiation at the 2-man coil. Can they kill? Oh, they trap him inside the Serpent Wards, but can they kill Medusa? Medusa, oh, actually, whoa, the snowball save once more from DJ. And Eternal Envy on the killing spree. 2 heroes dead. Manavoy and the Medusa, but she doesn't actually care at this point. Khan going in for the silence, trying to get a couple of nukes off, but this Dusa is tanky.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And that's going to be a 2-for-1 trade, only losing the Beastmaster in the process. Yo stepped up into the air. They've got the Bristleback. They will have to cancel the TPs. Fnatic get forced to go back in against their will, but they say screw it. They want to fight. Come at me. No, this is like that, you know, that primary school bully who's like, I want to fight you. Come at me. And when you actually turn around for the fight, he says, I'll get you next time.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
But 12 to 11, Fnatic have a 12,000 gold lead.
Don't mind me.
The core items are looking quite impressive as well on both sides. I mean, considering Fire Dragoon, they didn't seem that poor, but it feels like it's just the nature of the heroes. Like I said, from the draft alone, you know, Alacrity, it's very hard to fight as an anti-mage into this draft in the first place. Like, Bristleback safe lane just wrecked that top lane. He didn't really die, except just at one time I believe, where they had to rotate 3 heroes to the top. Ohio. Shadow bladed up, waiting for the anti-mage to show himself. Alacrity is going to need to pull out that 10k MMR or 9k MMR plays. I'm not sure at this rate what space is he going to have to farm. In bottom lane, they will be able to push the tier 1 tower or try perhaps. They have to smoke up. Serpent Wards off cooldown as well.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
But alright, even a 9k AM is not enough to beat the legendary Abed. But they should be able to take the tier 1 tower at least.
Radiant's top tower is under
Fnatic
attack.
side, double damage, and the butterfly now complete on Abed.
Dire's bottom tower.
Okay.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I honestly don't think they can
Dire's middle tower
come back at this point. Not being one-sided, but that's just the harsh truth. Eternal Envy will be forced afterward. Losing only a tiny bit of damage. Shiva's God walking the front lines. He wants to fight. Abed's happy to trade, getting a 3-man coil. But what else can be done? They use the Doom and Medusa, Snowball, and Brian goes down immediately. This Medusa does way too much damage. Standing, he's getting doomed up. Yeah, this is...
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They just lack a ton of damage. Aegis will expire, but Fnatic are just walking around the enemy base saying, okay, cool story, bro. Cool story. Cool beans. And we're standing in the front lines. One more Yosef to him to the end. He will lose a ton of his damage, but with the Warpath stacks piling up, he can still tank. The point of him picking the Bristleback is mostly just to tank. This Medusa does so much damage. Creep Wave isn't there yet, but can he break back to protection? Serpent Ward's being thrown out as well. Yeah, Fire Dragoon at this point are kind of panicking. They're just doing whatever they can. Think of it as game 1 warm-up. It's like PUBG, you know, you drop into school, you don't expect to win. You just want to get a hang. Like, even if you're Fire Dragoon right now, you just want to discuss what you could have done better and reset for game 2. Where'd the anti-mage go? By using the Hawk? Oh, he TP'd to the mid. But they should be able to take the tier 3 tower nice and easy for the mega creeps as well. Ignite, flying out into Brian. And we tanks at the tower, yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower
The
has
AFK
fallen.
Ember. But this should be the melee barracks down, should be the Megas. 2 lanes of Rax is pushing in, going for 2-man coil. Alacrity goes straight to the backline, he wants to jump into Ohio, but once more, the defensive snowball save! DJ! How many times are you going to keep making these plays? And Fire Dragoon just can't do anything. The roar into Alacrity, can they kill him off? Stone Gaze is going to be used, Alacrity will actually blink out. Ajit going to be caught here by Arbet, looking at the backline. Alacrity, who wants to use that mana, but he wants to kill Pylai Die. He's struggling to kill Pylai Die, will get the kill. Ajit goes down, GG will be called. Snowball play, Alacrity goes down, 9k AM, down 2 for 1 trade. Going for Brian. And stomped into the ground, and 30 minutes in, Fnatic take the game nice and easy, at least for game 1. Man. Yeah, this really feels like a draft issue, and you just need to discuss, at least if you're on the side of Fire Dragoon, something a bit more balanced on that side. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, okay, see, everyone's divine. Hold on, is Abed? Oh, Abed got back to Divine 5. Okay, so he's not Legendary 3. Info is wrong. Yeah, I'm Herald, sorry. But the number 1 player in the server is actually Alacrity. So rank 1 in the server actually just lost. Ajit is rank 10. Oh. Okay. This is cool. So it goes to show that, you know, rank is just a status, apparently. Yeah, Hades face, I know. But good job from Fnatic. It's just the experience. They were just more on the same page. The draft from Fire Dragoon, it felt really forced. Alacrity on the anti-mage mid had such a horrible start. I'm surprised he got to this level of farm in the first place, judging from how bad of a lane he had. He had like, what, 8 CS at 10 minutes in. So anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the cast, if you have any feedback, do let me know at Hades to the TV. You can find me on social media, on Facebook or Twitter. It's at the top right over here. Give a follow on social media, and we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back for more Galaxy battles, see Dota action. We have the clowns, we have the memes, we have the anime and all. See you guys in a jiffy.